Today we're going to cover the most underrated chest exercise, the cable fly, because as a beginner it's the best way to create that mind-muscle connection, and as you get more advanced you'll start to be able to pinpoint what area of the chest you want to hit with different angles, tweaks, variations, tempo. We're going to cover it all today. Let's get after it. One of my favorite ways is with the unilateral low cable setup, because you can really see if people can keep those anterior delts out of the movement, but also if they can focus on and kind of peak that contraction in the area they're actually trying to hit. For instance, if you're squeezing across your body, that's a lot of low inner part of your chest, right? And as you tilt just a hair forward and actually turn your wrist even more towards the ceiling, you're gonna feel that contraction creep up a little bit higher into the inner part of your chest. And then as you tilt even more forward, finish that contraction off a little bit higher, you're gonna run it all the way from the inside of your chest up to that upper pec. For me, this is a great way to start any chest workout. I don't care if you want to move some heavy weight. I know there's going to be some numbers people that are chasing their new PRs and say that they don't like this idea, but here's the thing. I'd rather stimulate the chest, get the connection there, and make sure that even when I'm moving some heavy weight, I actually have a contraction in my chest and I'm not just throwing it up with arms, shoulders, everything I can to move it, a ton of weight. I want to be able to actually flex my chest. I'd rather lose out on the PR, get the contraction, get the growth. So the epiphany actually happened when I went on vacation one time, booked a hotel that said it had the best gym in the city. Not even just best hotel gym, best gym in the city. Show up, it's an old school shitty, standing, one of those crappy, too close together, you can't even do a regular cable fly machines. That's all they had. So my options were chest or shoulders. I chose chest. I thought it was gonna be a 15-minute shit workout, turned into an hour and 15 minutes of me just hammering out different angles, variations. That's when I realized what an amazing muscle the chest is, because it's one of the few you actually can change where the peak contraction happens in the muscle just by the angle of your arm, your elbow, even the pressure you put on your hand. And the best way to take advantage of that is through cables. All right, now let's jump in with both arms to the low cable fly. Now I want you to focus less on the actual angle I'm using, because there's a bunch of videos out there that go over the most common angles you can use to hit, certain parts of your chest. I'm not gonna rehash that shit. What I wanna do is focus more on the contraction itself. So no longer do I want you to go to the gym thinking you only have a low across the body and high angle. I actually want you to be in pursuit of the best contraction. So if we're talking about the low cable flies, think about it this way, there's a couple different options. I'll just give you three here. So instead of just coming across the body, you can come across, stop a second, and then extend those elbows out further, finishing the contraction off even more. Second thing you can do is partials at the top, right? So sit there, squeeze, pre-exhaust, do 20 reps like that, get into the full range of motion. Another one you can do is the scoop method, where you're squeezing underneath, getting nice and close, and then actually touching the inside of your hands together and finishing that contraction off, squeezing, and make sure your chest leads your body up and really squeezing the inside of your chest all the way through the movement. And it's not just flies either. One of my favorite ways is to kind of mimic a dip or a decline press, where you're just squeezing unilaterally straight down. And if you do these, try it two different ways. Try it with your palm facing back, and then turn that wrist and squeeze down. I bet you're gonna find one way connects better than the other. Hopefully that sheds some light, gets your gears turning on what you can do with cables alone. Now obviously I could have put a ton more in the video, but you and I both hate long videos, so that's not gonna happen. If you want me to make another one of these, just comment below. I'll crank out another one, different variation. So as always, get after it, get growing. I'll talk to you soon.